Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I thought it would be fun to share a thrifting trip that I recently took, and I wanted to put together kind of a thrifting guide. I get a lot of questions like how to have that eye, what do I look for? So I thought I'd put together a little guide to help you guys. So make sure you stick around, it's gonna be fun. These are my favorite places to shop in a thrift store. We're going to start off with vases and pottery. That is kind of my first go-to because that's one of my favorite things to decorate with, is just getting a new vase for a couple bucks. It makes your space feel just kind of renewed, refreshed. It's always exciting to get something new without spending a ton of money. I also keep an eye out for anything that's really unique, anything that I really like the shape of. Pottery is also one of my favorite things. And another thing I like to keep in mind is project pieces. So even if you don't like the color or even the texture, you can always change those things with some paint, a little bit of baking soda. I have lots of tutorials that I can link below. But I think mainly it's looking for the shape, the height. I have always really loved a fluted vase. I think they just look very classic, especially when they're clear. It's just a very classic and easy look that can pretty much go with any type of decor. This is another little pottery planter that I found, I think around Christmas time. But pieces like this, pottery, and different types of vases that you don't really see every day are gonna set your home apart and make it not feel so kind of Target or Walmart-esque. Make it feel a little bit more collected and personal to your style. I thought this was really unique. I think it was probably Marshall's or Home Goods, something like that. It looked a little coastal to me. Yeah, Marshall's. So I passed on it, but I do think it's a really pretty kind of sculptural piece. So I ended up taking home two vases. This one was really large and I thought it was so beautiful. I put some olive branches in it. I really love the size of this one. It is a really good size. And then I also found this short little one that has a really thick glass to it. Very pretty as well. So looking back at these videos, I am kind of kicking myself for why I did not scoop that up. It was a little pricey, maybe that was why, but for $18.99, it was a really pretty pottery piece. It had that lid, but you could also take it off and put some really pretty hydrangeas in there. This is also another really great piece for serving, but also a vase type pitcher with some hydrangeas or something really pretty. That is so gorgeous as well. That tall kind of spiral looking one in the back is also really pretty. I think that I go so fast that I miss a lot of these. A lot of these little short ones would be super cute in a bathroom too. I thrifted this, I think last fall. I think it was originally from Target, and I just spun it around so you hid the dog bone. But I actually just keep this on one of my shelves in my kitchen, and it just adds a little bit of that really pretty brown in there. So you can see I kind of have a thing for pictures. I don't really use them as pictures mostly. I like to use them for flowers. I think it just adds a little bit of character, but this is one of my favorite finds that I have ever found thrifting. It looks so beautiful with pretty much any flower, any stem. So another thing I like to keep an eye out for are like planters. Those are right down the way from vases. I will even look at the fake fruit, but for me to buy it, it has to be a really good fake fruit. I always love looking at planters just because I swap them out so much around my house. This is a really good one. Another favorite area I love to look at is furniture. You never know what you're going to find. A chair or a stool or a little side table. We need it all, right? Except this toupee looking wig thing. Don't need that. I actually thought this little ottoman was really pretty. It had cute legs, a cute shape, the tufting on the top. That is a great project piece. For furniture, I'm always looking at legs and shapes because pretty much color, hardware, a lot of that stuff can be changed. I have DIY'd a lot of furniture using all different types of paints and stains and changing out hardware and taking off pieces to make them a little bit more modern or taking off scallops. and little accent pieces like that. I think that's what's so cool about thrifting is you can take a piece as is, or you can kind of tweak it a little bit to match your own home and your own personal style. This was one of my favorite finds. Actually, my friend found this and I redid her bedroom for her, but all of these were 3 completely different pieces from 3 totally different stores. The way this room came out altogether in the end was mainly because of the furniture. I really believe that, and it was so inexpensive and such a deal. I always keep an eye out for little step stools and things to accessorize with, even if you're not going to use them, just placing them like in a kitchen, in a bathroom, next to a tub, or next to an entryway, a little door, next to a little chair. There's so many uses for a little stool like this. I actually recovered the top with, I think it was like a rug of some sort that I thrifted as well. The wood on this desk was really pretty, and then that really neat keyhole right in the drawer. I don't think it was in that great of condition. I think everything was kind of falling apart, but just the character of this was a really neat piece. This was also a find that I always regret not getting. This really beautiful, very minimal looking dresser. I'm pretty sure it's mid-century modern. It's just got very clean lines. You can always redo the handles on that, but I always regret not getting that one. Another very favorite section of mine is the lighting. There is always so much good lighting in thrift stores. Things that you can redo, a lot of things as is. Don't get hung up on colors, or even a little accessory like that little clear glass piece. You could have easily painted that and it would have blended into almost an iron looking lamp. I'm always looking in the candle holders. I am looking for those iron kind of tripod looking candle holders, and my thrift stores never have them. There's one with 4 legs and some stuff in the middle, but I can never find what I'm looking for. This lamp, I actually thought it was so sweet. My son plays baseball, so it reminded me of him. But always check out the lamps. They can be such a great accessory in your home and useful too. I always have my lamps on every day. I choose lamps over large lights all the time. This was one of my favorite finds for a couple bucks, and I turned it into a little bit more modern office lamp that we still use to this day very often. That one's in my son's room now, actually. A really pretty pottery lamp is always one of my favorites. I actually liked this lamp without the flower type stuff, but the flowers just weren't going with my living room, so I ended up giving it a little bit of paint and texture with some baking soda. I have a full tutorial on that one, and this one I still use today. It's so pretty, it works really well, and that lampshade is vintage, so I always keep an eye out for accessories, so mirrors, picture frames, baskets, types of things that I just move around the house pretty often. I find it really cost effective and budget friendly to swap out pieces like vases, lighting, baskets, mirrors, things like that that will still give your space a refreshed, kind of renewed feeling rather than the big things. So if you have a very good base of kind of some neutral furniture, some neutral chairs, you can go out and swap all of your accessories and thrift and still get that renewed feeling rather than having to spend hundreds, thousands on new furniture pieces. But this is a really cute little bowl that I found for a couple bucks. It kind of has more of a modern feel, and then this one is also really pretty for like a counter or an island with some fruit or something of the sort. Either of those would be a really great choice to accessorize a kitchen, an island, a buffet, things like that. I always like to stop and look at all the different types of bowls. Mirrors are always one of my favorite things to look at. They get replenished pretty often, so there's always something new to look at. There's so many different shapes and sizes, and colors, like I say, can always be changed out, but just looking for a really good quality frame, it's not hard to come by. This one grabbed my attention. Don't mind me looking a hot mess. It was like pouring rain over here in California, but I really loved this one. I thought it was very pretty for a contemporary style. I thought this was the sweetest. It's like a family picture and equestrian, and it's somebody's family, but I loved that. Very vintage and pretty neat to find. I did find this set of 2 mirrors. They were sold individually, but they were the same mirror. They were from Target. They looked like definitely older Target, but they were really heavy, like very good quality mirrors. These would have been really neat. I often think about this mirror just because of the quality, the craftsmanship of this mirror. It was so good and it was huge. I think about that mirror a lot. It was really pretty and I left it there. I actually took this one home and I have this on my wall right now. I kind of cleaned it up a little bit, but I hope that this gave you a little bit of insight into things to keep your eye out on at the thrift store, not to get hung up on colors, things that can be changed so easily. Let me know if this was helpful for you guys at all, and let me know your favorite thrift find ever in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time.